Hello everybody and welcome to the SENA TV Web English Show. Here we will have an appointment each week to visit different and wonderful places in the United States. You will learn more about the lives of the most famous and renowned Americans that have made an impact in our world. You'll get to know more about the U.S. culture, tourism, and history. I invite you to join me on this amazing journey through the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to be entertained.
Lunes de bilingüismo.
Who hasn't heard of McDonald's, Burger King, Fridays, Taco Bell, Wendy's, Pizza Hut, Papa John's, or Domino's? Fast food is a term given to food that can be prepared and served very quickly. Typically, the term refers to food sold in a restaurant or store in preheated or pre-cooked ingredients and served to the customer in a packaged form. The term fast food was recognized in a dictionary long ago by Merriam-Webster in 1951. Do you want to learn more about the impact of this industry? Pay attention to the following segment.
The American way of life is built around speed and efficiency. Every new advance in technology is built around being just a little faster and a little more connected. America feels the need for speed. Because in a world where people pay their bills online, respond to emails through a BlackBerry, are stuck in traffic for hours and work various jobs, who has the time for a well-rounded meal? Perhaps what triggered this change was the invention of the television. As televisions became more and more common in American households, TV dinners became more and more popular. A TV dinner is a frozen meal that you can quickly warm in an oven or a microwave. And in a globalized, fast-paced world, who has the time or the energy to cook? America's quick-moving lifestyle has changed not only what they eat and how they eat it, but also the way in which they view food. Instead of being something to be enjoyed and savored, eating has become a simple routine, so quality has become less important than it used to be. Chain restaurants like Pizza Hut, Burger King, KFC, Taco Bell, and McDonald's have made fast food popular in the world through franchises. The United States has the largest fast food industry in the world, and American fast food restaurants are located in over 100 countries. Approximately 2 million U.S. workers are employed in the areas of food preparation and food servicing, including fast food. Fast food has had a direct influence on many aspects of life. Documentaries such as Super Size Me have explored the danger fast food may pose to health. It proved that fast food abuse leads to various diseases and obesity. In response, in places like Europe, Canada, and Japan, fresh organic foods have become increasingly popular. In addition, in 1986, a slow food movement was founded in Italy to counteract fast food and fast life. The movement strives to preserve traditional and regional cuisine, which now has 100,000 members in 153 countries. These movements, however, are overwhelmed by the more than $3 billion that the fast food industry spends just on TV advertisements. This has led to fast food's continued massive popularity, causing expectations of forecasted sales to surpass $170 billion in 2010.
What kid doesn't love a Happy Meal? This American businessman you are going to see in our next story is responsible for the McDonaldization of our society. Ray Kroc was introduced to the McDonald's Corporation as a blender salesman when he bought 8 of the machines he sold. Inspired by Henry Ford's assembly line production model, he believed he could turn McDonald's into a successful chain and bought the company from the McDonald's brothers in 1954. He's responsible for turning the company into the biggest fast food operation in the world.
Ray Kroc was born on October 5, 1902 in Chicago. An American restaurateur, he was a pioneer of the fast food industry. Kroc was working as a blender salesman when he discovered a restaurant in San Bernardino, California, owned by Maurice and Richard McDonald, who used an assembly line format to prepare and sell a large volume of hamburgers, French fries, and milkshakes. In 1955, Kroc opened his first McDonald's drive-in restaurant in Des Plaines, Illinois, paying the McDonald's brothers a percentage of the receipts. He soon began selling franchises for new restaurants, and he instituted a training program for owner-managers that emphasized automation and standardization. Kroc maintained the assembly line speedy service system for hamburger preparation, which was introduced by the McDonald brothers in 1948. He standardized operations, ensuring every Big Mac would taste the same in New York or in Tokyo. He set strict rules for franchisees on how the food was to be made, portion sizes, cooking methods and times, and even packaging. These strict rules also were applied to customer service standards. For example, money would be refunded to clients whose orders were not correct or to customers who had to wait more than 5 minutes for their food. However, Kroc let the franchisees decide their best approach to marketing the products. For example, Willard Scott created the figure now known internationally as Ronald McDonald to improve sales in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. At the time of Ray Kroc's death in 1985, there were about 7,500 McDonald's restaurants worldwide. With more than 2,500 restaurants in the early 21st century, McDonald's was the world's largest food service retailer. Today, McDonald's is the world's largest chain of hamburger fast food restaurants, serving around 64 million customers daily in 119 countries. It operates over 31,000 restaurants worldwide, employing more than 1.5 million people. McDonald's primarily sells hamburgers, cheeseburgers, chicken, French fries, breakfast items, soft drinks, shakes, and desserts. In response to changing consumer tastes, the company has expanded its menu to include salads, wraps, smoothies, and fruit. McDonald's also adapts its menu to the needs and likes of customers in different countries. For example, McDonald's hosts kosher restaurants in Israel, serves curry in India, and even ogao sauce in Colombia. With the expansion of McDonald's into many international markets, the company has become a symbol of globalization and the spread of the American way of life. McDonald's has for decades maintained an extensive advertising campaign. In addition to the usual media, television, radio, and newspaper, the company makes significant use of billboards and sponsors sporting events like the Olympic Games. McDonald's has become one of the most emblematic icons of globalization. McDonald's is synonymous with increasing globalization. They even call it the McDonaldization of society. Everyone across the world is familiar with their catchy TV slogans such as, "I'm loving it." Today, no matter where you go in the world, you can always travel with the comfort that no matter where you are, you can always sink your teeth into a Big Mac.
We'll be right back after this short break with the story of Daniel Trujillo, a Colombian who traveled to the United States to learn and improve his English. Stay tuned. Do you know the difference between homomorph words and homograph words?
Ya regresamos con TV Web Educativa. Seguimos con TV Web Educativa.
Homomorph words. Words that are spelled and pronounced the same, but they have different meanings. Example number 1. Duck versus duck. Duck puede significar pato o agacharse. Example number 2. Fine versus fine. Fine puede significar bien, como en el contexto de I am fine, o puede significar multa en el contexto de the officer gave me a fine because I was speeding. Homograph words. Words that are spelled the same but are pronounced differently. Example number 1. Tear versus tear. A tear falls down his face. Una lágrima cae por su rostro. I tear the paper. Yo rasgo el papel. Example number 2. Present versus present. I already bought her Christmas present. Yo ya compré su regalo de Navidad. I must present that case. Yo debo presentar ese caso. Many people in the world travel to countries where English is the official language. If you decide to travel or live in an English-speaking country, these tips and personal life experiences might come in handy. Daniel Trujillo, a Colombian who traveled to the United States to learn English, spoke to SENA TV Web. Let's see how his trip to the United States changed his life forever.
A long time ago, I was studying industrial engineering, and I wasn't really happy about it because I really liked sports and I really liked living in the outdoors, so I wasn't sure about what I was going to do with my life. And one day I got a phone call from a friend from my sister, whose name is Lina Villamil, and she offered me a scholarship to go work for a summer in the United States. I had never worked with children so far, and but I saw it as an opportunity to travel, to speak English, and to meet a lot of new people. So I took it. I was really scared about it because my life for the next 3 months depended on my English skills. I think it was the most fun time when I was there, that training, because it was living with these 100 people from all around the world, getting taught on how to do adventure sports like canoeing, rock climbing, how to counsel little children. They trained us in first aid and lifeguarding. That summer I think it was the best summer of my life. And when I came back, I realized that was what I want to do with my life for the next years. And one day I got a phone call from my boss in Minnesota, in the camp that I worked at. She offered me a job and a scholarship to go back to Minnesota for 2 years. And I took this program, this training program from the YMCA, which they train you as a camp director, as an outdoor educator. They train you in environmental education and in experiential education. I never knew the meaning of the word winter until I was living there. It was mid-November, and the temperature of the environment was minus 35 degrees Celsius. So it was quite cold, and it was quite shocking to see that the temperature in the fridge was warmer than the temperature outside. Now I'm here in Colombia. I've been here for 3 years now, and I work directing summer camps for unprivileged children. I work guiding adventure trips and expeditions all around the world. I work doing social work. If you want to learn English and you live in Colombia, a great way to do it is to take the courses that SENA offers. It has foreign teachers It has a lot of experience, and it's a really good and free way to do it.
Thank you so much, Daniel, for sharing your anecdotes with us and for motivating people to learn English. There are thousands of museums around the United States, many of which are worth visiting. The following museums are among the top 10 most popular and important museums in the United States due to the importance of their collections, their famous works of art, their history, and architecture.
Coming in at number 10, the Dallas Museum of Art, located along Woodall-Rogers Freeway in Dallas, Texas. Established in 1903, the collections at the museum include the $20 million Hammond Building collection and the $38 million Revis collection, along with some Egyptian art. It features work by the Impressionist and Modernist painters from Cézanne to Van Gogh. Number 9 goes to the Children's Museum of Indianapolis, the largest children's museum in the world, located in the state of Indiana. The museum was founded in 1925, and it holds planetariums, Egyptian pyramids, play areas for children, together with research areas representing the cultures and traditions of different nations in the world. In position 8, the Salvador Dalí Museum, located on the campus of the University of South Florida. It is famous for having the largest amount of works from the artist Salvador Dalí outside of the European area. It includes nearly 100 oil paintings, hundreds of graphics and prints, watercolors, and plenty of written material from the great artist. In 7th place, the Cleveland Museum of Arts. Located in the University Circle area of Cleveland, Ohio, houses a museum collection of more than 30,000 works of art ranging from over 5,000 years, from ancient Egypt to the present, and includes masterpieces from Europe, Asia, Africa, and the rest of the world. Coming in at number 6 is the Field Museum, located in Chicago, Illinois, in a beautiful and scenic area called the Museum Campus of Chicago. One of the most attractive and exciting exhibits at the museum is the Tyrannosaurus, the largest, most preserved, and complete fossil of a dinosaur in the world. There are also some 23 human mummies from ancient Egypt on display, along with a quite large collection of Native American artifacts. We're in the middle of the countdown now, and coming in at number 5 is the Museum of Fine Arts. It has its home in Boston, Massachusetts, and attracts on average 1 million visitors a year and holds nearly 500,000 treasured works of art. The museum was officially founded in 1870, and it is well known for its Japanese, Egyptian, and American art collections. The museum is closely linked to the local Boston Art Academy called the School of the Museum of Fine Arts, and its sister museum, Nagoya, in Japan. The 4th place goes to the Museum of Modern Art. Located in Midtown Manhattan, New York, it attracts approximately 2.5 million visitors a year due to its world-famous modern art collection, leading it to be known as the home of modern art. The MoMA has a vast modern and contemporary collection ranging from architectural pieces, designs, drawings, and paintings to film and electronic media. It has been estimated that there are over 300,000 books and publications housed in the museum. The award-winning restaurant called The Modern attracts huge crowds. In 3rd place, the J. Paul Getty Museum. This museum has 2 locations, one at the Getty Center in Los Angeles and the other at the Getty Villa in Pacific Palisades in Los Angeles. The Getty was established in 1954. The collection in this museum contains art from the Middle Ages to the modern age, while at the Getty Villa there is ancient art from Rome and Greece. Coming in at 2nd place is the Metropolitan Museum of Art, located on Manhattan's 5th Avenue in New York. The Met, as it is often called, is home to over 2 million works of art that cover its walls and includes paintings, musical instruments, ancient weaponry, and items from ancient Egypt to European masters. And finally, Our first place in the top 10 museum countdown is the Smithsonian Institution, located in Washington, D.C., and considered the biggest museum complex and research area in the world, because it is composed of 19 museums in total, 9 research centers, and the National Zoo. In all, there are over 130 million items in the collection of the museum, with its own police force to protect the exhibits and items.
We'll be right back after this short break with more tips, fun facts, and entertainment. This is SENA TV Web. Don't move. Do you know what is the difference between its and its?
Ya regresamos con TV Web Educativa. Seguimos con TV Web Educativa.
Its or its. Its is always the abbreviation of it is. Siempre se refiere a la tercera persona conjugada. For example, it's raining, it's cold outside, it's better this way. Its is a possessive adjective. Significa un sentido de pertenencia en la tercera persona. For example, its cage, its windows, its color. Hello everybody and welcome to our English tip for today, where you'll learn to introduce your family. This TV web strategy makes part of the National Learning Service or SENA bilingual programs, and it is made for you. Primero deben saber cómo se dicen los miembros de la familia. Familia se dice family. Thank you, Philip. Father es padre. Dad es papá. Mother es madre. Mom es mamá de una manera más informal. Parents son los padres. Sister significa hermana y brother, hermano. Son es hijo y daughter es hija. Husband, esposo. Wife, esposa. Children, hijos. Grandmother, abuela. Grandfather es abuelo. Cousin puede ser primo o prima. Aunt, tía y uncle, tío. Well, that's all for today. Thank you so much, Philip. Say hello to your parents. Bye everyone and stay tuned to TV Web SENA so you can learn more English, the language that is used worldwide.
Burger, or hamburger, is the name given to a grilled beef patty that is served in a bun along with condiments like ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, lettuce, tomato, onion, and cheese. With time, other ingredients like potato, vegetables, fish, and chicken have started replacing the beef in the patty. But despite being one of the most famous and well-known fast foods in the world, very few people have ever thought about the history and origin of the delicious patty. Going back thousands of years in history, we find that even the ancient Egyptians ate ground beef. But the truth is that ground beef has been shaped into patties and eaten all over the world under many different names. The origin of hamburger is a bit hazy and unclear. This is because there is no proper documentation that can give us a clear idea about how it came into being. Still, many people have claimed that the hamburger patty was first noticed in the medieval times. A food item resembling the present-day burger to some extent reached America around the 19th century. The dish, called Hamburg-style beef, was brought to Hamburg, Germany from Russia in the 14th century, and when the German immigrants arrived in America, they brought it along with them. With time, it evolved into the patty sandwiched into a bun. Therefore, it can be said that America had a major role in giving the world the hamburger as we know of it today. many Americans from different states claim they are responsible for the modern hamburger. For example, it has been claimed that Wisconsin is the home of the hamburger. It is said that Charles Negreen started a meatball business at the age of 15. It was then that Negreen got the idea of flattening the meatballs and then placing them between bread slices. In fact, it is also said that he was the one who gave the hamburger its name. Others say that hamburgers originated in Stark County, Ohio, by Frank and Charles Meaches. The claims say that Frank and Charles used to travel to a number of fairs every year selling sausage patty sandwiches. In 1885, while selling sandwiches in New York, they ran out of pork and decided to substitute ground beef for the same. They also named the new dish hamburger, after Hamburg, the place where the fair was being held. Yet another claim traces the history of hamburgers to New Haven, Connecticut. It is said that Louis Lassen had a restaurant in New Haven. One fine day in 1890, one of his customers was in a hurry and had to eat on the run. So he ground up some beef and served it in the form of a sandwich. With this was born the hamburger of present times. Who came up with the idea of a flat ground beef patty? We'll never know. Who came up with our modern hamburger? Perhaps this will also remain a mystery. But the truth is that regardless of who the genius is that came up with such an idea, we'll still enjoy a bite of a delicious burger.
Lunes de bilingüismo.
Well, we have reached the end of our show, and we hope that you will continue to join us on this journey through the American culture. Next week, we're going to travel to the glitzy and glamorous world of Hollywood. And guess what? We're going to visit Los Angeles, Beverly Hills, and San Francisco in California. We're going to learn more about the scandalous life of Hollywood's golden girl, Marilyn Monroe, and many other fun facts and trivia. Remember, you can visit us at www.senavirtual.edu.co, on Facebook, Sena Comunica, and on Twitter @Sena Comunica. See you soon and have a nice day.